My name is Subhas Ramkhelawan. I am a director of Bourse. I founded the company in 1995. There was an identified need for certain services in the securities sector that were not easily or readily available at the time. For example, stockbroking was well established, but mutual funds offered by the securities sector was, I would say, non-existent. One was that there was not the proliferation of services available to the investor that there ought to be if you are going to develop an aspect of the financial services sector, which is the securities market. And so we moved to establish products, not immediately upon formation, but over the next 2 to 3 years to try to capture and address those needs. My initial vision for the company was to set up an all-encompassing securities sector service. And I think that it was fairly well developed over the last 30 years, starting with stockbroking, investment advisory, then to mutual funds, then to repurchase agreements. So we had, over time, built out the entire spectrum of services. The company is, in June, 30 years old, and I would have been the managing director for all of its life since inception. I was highly committed to providing investor education in the securities sector and the benefits of essentially moving or adjusting the needle from simply savings to investments. One, the use of technology by the client himself, and the other, the use of technology by the provider to provide better services and so on to the client. I must say though, that the main thing that a client wants is a security that their funds and their returns on these funds will be there. And then the quickness, the efficiency of service, and their ability to access and see what their funds are doing and so on has been helped very much by the technology which has been quickly emerging, certainly in the financial services sector. We have been there providing free investor education in the public domain ever since we started. And so you can get up on a Monday morning and look at one of the television stations and you would see the Bourse report. And that Bourse report will be converted to the newspapers. So I am very happy and proud that we have made a contribution to an understanding by the investor as to what is involved in going into this area of investment rather than savings. Well, Bourse at 30 years has shown that it has the resilience to get past and deal with all the challenges that will come for any company, but more so a highly regulated company. So I would say that we have passed all of the tests in terms of that resilience. I would say that we have put on the table a company that is very well capitalized and has the ability to grow substantially from here. So in terms of strength, on a relative basis, we are as strong as anybody else in the business, and we have remained conservative in that area in terms of ensuring that client monies are very well secured and that the credibility of Bourse as a provider remains second to none. My vision in starting the company and building the company has been to a great extent realized. I have put on the table a company that is well run. We have put on the table a company that is well capitalized. We have expanded our range of products over time, and we will continue to do so. So I'm putting it in the hands of people whom I have great confidence in to take the thing forward. And that is what I'm thinking as we move the company into an entirely new area. Continued growth, continued innovation, and continuing to build a business where we are satisfying the requirements of the investor to the greatest extent possible. And that is not a new visioning, that is the existing vision. Values don't change in an organization, because if it continues to change, it wasn't a bedrock of the institution. Independence, innovation, integrity, investor education, and the fifth one is inclusiveness.